What's going on? What's up, everybody out there watching this? I appreciate you watching it if you are. This video is my top 32 WrestleMania matches. I'm gonna go make 3 videos. 32 to 20 will be this video. Number 32 down to 20 of my favorite matches, 12 of them. Now I'll do another video, 20 to 10 or 20 to 11 and 10 to 0. Why am I doing my top 32? Why am I doing that? Because this year WrestleMania turns 32 years old. That's why I'm doing it. Because it's WrestleMania 32 this year in 2016. So I thought I would do a top 32 favorite WrestleMania matches. These are not just main events, because a lot of the main events for some WrestleManias were not very good. These are just matches that were part of the card, the show, of any shows. And these are some of my favorites. As I said, I'm going to do 32 down to 20, and then I'll do 2 more videos of my top 32 WrestleMania matches. Let me open this, get a drink. Here we go. Number 32 is, could have probably been in the top 10 or top 20, but it's number 32. It's Eddie Guerrero versus Kurt Angle from WrestleMania 20 WWE. I believe it wasn't called the Undisputed title, it was just called the WWE Championship. The WWE title was on the line. Eddie Guerrero was defending against Kurt Angle. They had a very good match. I really enjoyed it at WrestleMania 20. That's my number 32 match. One of my favorite WrestleMania matches. Number 31 of my top 32 WrestleMania matches. Number 31 is from WrestleMania 7. This could have probably been in my top 10 because it's one of my favorites. It is from WrestleMania 7, The Ultimate Warrior against Macho Man Randy Savage in a retirement match. It was epic. The entire match was pretty damn good. It was very good. Warrior, Macho always had great matches together, mostly because Macho Man was a damn good worker and carried the match and put Warrior over. He let Warrior put his foot on top of his chest and pin him and beat him like that because Macho Man had zero ego and put over the Warrior. A lot of guys, top guys, have big giant egos. I'm not going to name who, but you can probably guess who. A couple guys have really big giant egos, and I guess if you're a top star, you should have an ego. A little bit of an ego, at least. But Macho Man had pretty much no ego because the guy put so many people over in his career and helped so many people. He put over Ricky Steamboat. He put over Hogan. At least, I have matches of Hogan and Macho Man from the late 80s on DVD, and Macho Man never defeated Hulk Hogan when he was a babyface. Hogan always defeated Macho Man, in the 80s at least. I think even in the 90s, when Hogan would return from a knee injury and knee surgery, even in 1999, Hogan returned to Nitro and defeated Macho Man to win the WCW title back. So Warrior versus Macho Man, WrestleMania 7 is my number 31 match. One of my favorites. Number 30 is from WrestleMania 24. It is a Money in the Bank ladder match. It was a very good Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania. One of my favorite Money in the Bank ladder matches. I think they did the Money in the Bank ladder match from WrestleMania 21 until I think 25 maybe. And I believe CM Punk won at WrestleMania 24 the Money in the Bank. I was happy about that, because I was a big-time CM Punk fan back in 2006. But 2016, I'm not really a fan of his anymore, even though I will watch him fight in the UFC. Number 29 is on my list. Number 29 is from WrestleMania 10, Bret Hart against Yokozuna. It was the main event. Bret Hart competed earlier to open WrestleMania 10 against his brother Owen. They had a 5-star match. Probably one of the best matches at WrestleMania 10 was Bret versus Owen, and the ladder match between Razor and Shawn Michaels. Bret versus Yokozuna was the main event because Bret Hart was getting a title shot against Yokozuna. Lex Luger also got a title shot and lost his title match. So Bret Hart wins the title. Then a bunch of superstars come out, lift up Bret Hart on their shoulders. It was a pretty great ending to WrestleMania. Even though I will admit I was never a huge Bret Hart fan. I never was. He was never one of my favorites. He just wasn't. I was more of a Shawn Michaels fan than Bret Hart fan. But I respect Bret. I respect what he did. I respect everything he gave to the WWF, and he had a great career. Bret Hart is a legend. He's a Hall of Famer, but he was not one of my favorites to watch. I always was more of a Shawn Michaels fan, as I said. But I still respect Bret. The guy had a lot of great matches in his career. That's why he's on my list. In a couple matches, I got Bret Hart on my list of my top 32 WrestleMania matches. Number 28 is another Bret Hart match from another WrestleMania. It's from WrestleMania 8. Rowdy Piper against Bret Hart. The Intercontinental title is on the line. This was a damn good match. It showed that Piper could wrestle and work and put on a great technical wrestling match with one of the best technical wrestlers of all time in Bret Hart. Rowdy Piper puts over Bret Hart. He gets the Intercontinental title for the second time in his career. And Bret Hart actually bled in this match, which was surprising because at the time WWF basically did not want any blood on TV or pay-per-views. I believe they had a no blood policy, but Bret Hart bled anyway, and Ric Flair bled against Macho Man at WrestleMania 8, and Ric Flair got yelled at by Vince for doing that. Number 27 is from WrestleMania 2000, WrestleMania 16. I don't know if a lot of people call it WrestleMania 2000, but I do because it took place in the year 2000. So it was from WrestleMania 2000, number 27, the Hardcore Invitational for the Hardcore title. A lot of guys are in it. Mean Street Posse, Taz, Hardcore Holly, Crash Holly, Viscera. Some other guys are probably in it. I can't remember. But it was damn entertaining. It was a Hardcore Invitational for the Hardcore title. And during that match, the Hardcore title probably changed hands about probably 10 or 15 times, felt like. Number 26 on my list is from WrestleMania 4. It's Demolition against Strikeforce. And Demolition, for the first time in their WWF run, they win the tag titles. I was a big-time Demolition fan. I loved them as a tag team in the WWF, even though a lot of people say they were the Road Warriors ripoff and they were the WWF's version of the Road Warriors, and they were ripping off the NWA and the Road Warriors. Whatever. I don't care. I don't think they were a Road Warriors ripoff. Yes, they did look very similar, but they weren't a ripoff. They had a different style in the ring, and they even did different promos. They were not a ripoff of each other. Even though the Road Warriors, everybody knows, they came before Demolition. But Demolition, because growing up, I watched the WWF more, much more. And I basically became a fan watching the WWF of wrestling. So, Demolition, they were my favorite tag team for a number of years growing up. So number 26, as I said, is Demolition's first tag title win against Strikeforce at WrestleMania 4. Number 25 is another match with Demolition. WrestleMania 6, Demolition wins the tag titles for the third time, defeating Andre the Giant and Haku. That was a great moment. Crowd loved it. Crowd popped. Demolition was super over. They were baby faces. By the time WrestleMania 6 came around, they were baby faces. When they won the titles at WrestleMania 4, they were heels. So I was happy to see Demolition win the titles for a third time. And they should be in the WWE Hall of Fame because they're one of the longest reigning tag team champions of all time. Number 24 on my list is from WrestleMania 23. It's John Cena defended the WWE title against Shawn Michaels. It was a great match, mostly because Shawn Michaels was in it, and he was a veteran, and he carried the match, even though Cena at the time of WrestleMania 23 could put on pretty good matches and carry a match. But Shawn Michaels in it really helped Cena. It really showed that John Cena could work and put on a good match. But again, I think that was thanks to Shawn Michaels. Number 23 on my list of 32 to 20. Number 23 is, a lot of people probably did not like WrestleMania 11, and I agree, it was one of the worst WrestleManias of all time, in my opinion, but this match, number 23, is from WrestleMania 11. It wasn't the main event. It was right before LT versus Bam Bam. But it's for the WWE Championship. Diesel, Big Daddy Cool Diesel, defended against his former friend. Diesel was a former bodyguard, as we all know, of Shawn Michaels for over 2 years. Or about a year and a half. Diesel was the bodyguard of Shawn Michaels. Anyway, Shawn Michaels was a heel. Diesel was a babyface. I was a big Diesel fan when he was WWE champion. I had no problem with him being champion. I didn't hate him. I was a fan of Diesel. I will admit it. And I'm not ashamed to admit that I was a fan of Diesel when he was a champion, because I was only 11 years old at the time. Anyways, WrestleMania 11 is my number 23 favorite match. It is Shawn Michaels getting a title shot against Diesel. I thought they put on a pretty good match. Number 22 on my list is from WrestleMania 5, Rick Rude. Even though WrestleMania 5 didn't have a lot of good matches on it, Rick Rude versus the Ultimate Warrior, where Rick Rude wins his first WWF Singles Championship. I was happy about that because looking back on it now, I was a big Rick Rude fan, and that was a big moment in Rick Rude's career, winning the Intercontinental Championship for the first time back when the Intercontinental title meant a lot. That was great that Rick Rude got the Intercontinental title, even though at SummerSlam 89 he would drop it back to the Warrior. Didn't matter because Rick Rude won the championship at WrestleMania. That was a big deal to me because I'm a big fan of Rick Rude. Sucks that the guy is no longer with us. And Rick Rude should definitely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Now my TV decided to go dark. These commercials are dark as hell. Sorry about there not being any light. There's the light. Anyways, you don't need to see my ugly ass face anyways. Number 21 is, I'll be done very soon anyway. Only got 2 more matches to read. Number 21 of my 32 to 20 favorite WrestleMania matches is number 21, WrestleMania 20 in the Cruiserweight Invitational. It was for the Cruiserweight title. I'm pretty sure Chavo Guerrero Jr. was a cruiserweight champion, and he was defending against a lot of competitors, a lot of opponents, a lot of challengers. He's defending against Kidman, Ultimo Dragon, Rey Mysterio was in there. I can't remember who else, but that's the main guys that were getting a shot at the cruiserweight title. WrestleMania 20 in the Cruiserweight Invitational is my number 21 favorite match from WrestleMania. Now, my number 20 favorite WrestleMania match is a lot of matches at WrestleMania 2 were not very good at all. But my number 20 is from WrestleMania 2. It's probably the best match, in my opinion, the most entertaining match to watch from WrestleMania 2. It is the main event. It was Hulk Hogan defending the WWF Championship at the time because it was called the WWF. So Hogan was the WWF Champion going on about over 2 years because he won it in '84. So he was champion for over 2 years already. Hogan defending against King Kong Bundy in a steel cage. I thought it was entertaining. I enjoyed the match. Even though it wasn't the best match it wasn't the best WrestleMania match. It wasn't even the best cage match at a WrestleMania. Because I thought Hell in a Cell, Triple H, Undertaker, that was a pretty damn good Hell in a Cell match. Even though they didn't really use a cell. Anyways, my number 20 is Hulk Hogan defending the title against King Kong Bundy from WrestleMania 2. Hope you enjoy my top 32 WrestleMania matches. This is part 1 of my list. I went from 32 to 20. Hope you enjoyed it. Follow me on Twitter if you don't already. I put out a tweet today. Today's Sunday. I put out a tweet talking about thinking about deleting my Twitter account. As for right now, I'm not thinking about deleting it, but I may in the future. I don't know. And when I say the future, I mean maybe in 2016 I'll delete my Twitter and leave. Who knows? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. As for now, there's no way I'm leaving Twitter before WrestleMania 32. There's no way, because I want to be on Twitter during WrestleMania 32 to live tweet it. Anyways, if you don't already, if you subscribe to my channel and you don't follow me on Twitter and you subscribe to me, follow me on Twitter. If you are on Twitter, follow me at TNA WWE Guy and at NXT WWE Guy. Yes, I have 2 accounts on Twitter because I want 2 accounts. I've had them for years. Anyways, have a great Sunday. Have a good Sunday night. I'll be on Twitter tomorrow for Monday Night Raw. As always, live tweeting Raw because I really enjoy doing that. So follow me on Twitter, everybody. Again, at TNA WWE Guy. I hope you enjoyed my top 32 WrestleMania matches. I went from 32 to 20. I have 2 more videos coming on my favorite WrestleMania matches. Bye for now, everybody. Have a great Sunday.